All right. Hello, everyone. It is Jelena here. Um, I wanted to make this video just to kind of talk about my experience being an English teacher. For those of you who do not know, I have been in South Korea for the past year and I want to say maybe like maybe like 3 months. Yeah, a year and 3 months. It has been a long journey, but it has been so fulfilling and just so amazing. I first had the idea of going to Korea like years ago when I was in America and I was like a really big fan of K-pop and everything. All the things that you can think of that would make me want to come here. The food, the movie culture, the language, everything that you could think of made me want to come here. And so I always had this like dream of like coming to Korea, and I never thought it would actually happen. May of last year, I graduated college at my local university in Florida. I am from Florida. I graduated my university in May of last year, but I actually started the process of applying for Korea back in February of last year. So in February of last year was the time to apply. So if you're going to Korea, you can come to Korea through Hagwons, or you can come through the public school system. And so a Hagwon is basically an after school academy. Some are like during the day where like they do like little kids, like kindergarteners or preschoolers. But then if you're working in the afternoon, you're probably going to get like higher age kids. You're going to get like middle school kids, you're going to get elementary level school kids, and you might get like kids of like all different levels. So it really just depends on what your preference is. Now, what's the difference between public school and Hagwons? Well, I will say that Hagwons have the chance to overwork you a bit more. They usually, they're less like strict on, like, they're not a part of the government, so they're just private businesses. So you might have some shady bosses or some things going on that's not really the best. They might overwork you. But what I really liked about public schools is like I think you work a maximum of 22 teaching hours per week. If you go over that, they do have to pay you for that. And usually they don't make you go over it unless you're doing some after school classes. They can kind of make you do whatever, but at the end of the day, like I think like with Epic, you're not really getting overworked. With Hagwons, you could be asked to teach alone or with a co-teacher depending on the Hagwon. And then with Epic, you're pretty much always going to be working with a co-teacher. Now it might differentiate depending on your school. So yeah, and I basically started the process of Epic. I can make a video about Epic if you guys want me to, but this is just kind of a general video about my teaching in Korea and my journey so far and like how I like it and things like that. I can go into the actual Epic application process if you guys want me to, but right now I'm not going to. So like I said, you can come to Korea through like the public schools, which are usually Epic, or you can do a direct hire, which is where you apply directly to the school. I don't really know much about direct hires, so I can't really say anything on that, but you can either do that or you can go through a Hagwon and do like a private academy. With Epic, you do not choose your location. So if you know that you want to come to Korea and you want to be in Daegu, or you want to be in Busan, or you want to be in Seoul, like you have to come through like a Hagwon, basically, a private school or a direct hire. If you go through Epic, you do not know where you're going to be placed. You can ask for Seoul, you can ask for Incheon, you can ask for Daegu. There's no guarantee you're going to get that. Actually, I wanted to be placed in Incheon or Seoul, but that's not what I got. Actually, I think like May of last year. I forgot. I think May of last year, I finally got the email saying, Jelena, you have been accepted to the Epic program and you have gotten Gyeonggi. And I was like, what is Gyeonggi? Like, what is that? And so I looked it up and it was like the area right around Seoul. And I was like, well, that's not that bad. Like, as long as I'm near Seoul. I was really afraid I was going to get put in like Busan or something. And for me, like a big reason why I came to Korea was K-pop. I wanted to like do all the idol stuff. So being at the bottom of the country would not have been convenient for that. So I'm just glad I didn't get placed too far from Seoul. So they did ask me like, are you flexible? And I was like, yes. I guess they like took, okay, well, she's flexible. As long as we put her somewhat near Seoul, she'll be happy, right? So I took the job And I flash forward a couple months, I take a flight to Korea and I go through an orientation. During orientation week for Epic, you do not know where you're going to get placed. They just know that everyone's in Gyeonggi. And on the very last day of orientation, they pretty much like just are teaching you how to be a teacher, right? And then on the very last day, it's kind of like a boot camp. And on the very last day, they give everybody their contract and you see where you got placed. And I got placed in, I'm not going to say the specific area, but I did get placed in an area called Yangpyeong, which is in Gyeonggi-do. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say like the specific area, like my school and all that, but I got placed in Yangpyeong, which is a very rural area. Don't get me wrong, it is so cute. Everyone is so nice. My co-teachers have been amazing, but the area itself is very, very rural. There's pretty much only old people and kids here, and it's not what I imagined coming to Korea would be. I thought that I would be like a big bustling city and be able to meet my friends all the time. I do have a few friends in the Gyeonggi area that I can meet up with if I need that social interaction. But sometimes it is hard even to meet up with them because they have busy schedules. I have a busy schedule, and sometimes it is also very far. Even though we are in Gyeonggi, it's very far. So yeah, but overall, working at the school has been really, really nice. I got really lucky. My school's so sweet. I don't do camp. So many schools, they have you do winter or summer camp. My school doesn't ask me to do a camp because they had some problems with the past teacher. So I don't do camp. So that's like a huge stressor off of me. My kids are so sweet. My school is not near my house. So I do have to take a bus in the afternoons, and then in the morning I have someone that drives me to my school. So if your coworkers are really, really nice, they might drive you to your school if your school happens to be a bit far out. Make good relationships with your co-teachers and everyone at your school so that you can have that access. And yeah, and I'm just like so grateful for that. We go on like little sometimes like outings and things together, and my current co-teacher is so sweet. I had a different co-teacher when I first got here and I didn't have the best relationship with her. So having a new co-teacher this year, again, I've been here for a year and a half. I renewed my contract for 6 more months. So I will be here until February of 2025. I will be in Yangpyeong area until 2025. So yeah, it's just nice to have a co-teacher that I really get along with and that is just so sweet. So yeah, that's what I will say is the rural areas are just really nice for just having like good people and like really nice co-teachers. So like in the cities, you're not going to find that like hospitality as much. So yeah, but you guys might be wondering, how far are you from Seoul? I'm actually about like an hour and 10 minutes by subway. That's always what I say. An hour and 10 minutes roughly. I can also take a subway about a subway about 20 minutes out, and then I can take another 20-minute express bus into Seoul. And so that gives me to Seoul in about 50 minutes, and that's going to be to the Jamsil area. That's only Jamsil. But what really sucks is that at night, the buses and subways stop running really, really early to my area. So they stop running at around like 11 or like 10:30 or 11. So if you're out by like 10:30 or 11, like sometimes I have to take a taxi home, and that can be anywhere from 25 to 35,000 won, which can get really expensive. So it's really tiring for me, and I don't always like having to leave my friends early just because I have to rush home. It's just really been hard for me living here specifically. Living in Korea is not hard. It's just living in this area. I do go to Seoul every weekend. Jelena, what do you do in Seoul? I go to concerts. You can probably see it on my channel. I go to concerts. I meet my friends. I go out. I have dinner with them. We watch movies, or sometimes I go to my friends' houses. Like there's a variety of things to do. You can also travel within the country. So I've been to Busan. I've been to Gangwon-do. I've been to, honestly, not many places. I've been to a few places in Gyeonggi. I need to get traveling more, but what I love about Korea is you can travel within the country and you can also travel outside of the country. I've only been to Japan so far, and that was with my mom to go to Disney, but I hope to do more traveling. I don't plan on leaving Korea anytime soon. I want to give myself roughly about 2 more years in Korea. That's just how long I see myself staying here. I don't see myself staying here too long, just because it's not like the place I want to like settle down in, I guess. But I love Korea, and everyone has been just so sweet. And if you're thinking about coming to Korea to teach, I really, really recommend it. Like, I think so. They also give you housing, so you don't have to worry about housing. Your school pays your rent. So, but obviously the difference in the housing and like the apartments, well, maybe one day I'll do like an apartment tour on this channel or something. But the apartments differ depending on your school. So some schools have really, really nice apartments. Some schools have really, really small, tiny apartments. I have a friend that lives in Seoul, and her apartment is like the size of a box. I also have a friend that lives in Gyeonggi, and she has like multiple rooms. So it's just like, it depends on your school and your area and like the cost of housing in that area. If you want to change your housing, you can talk to your school about it. They can give you a housing allowance and you can change your housing, things like that. But it is difficult because of the language barrier. But other than that, everything has been really, really nice. I'm not going to get into like the pay scale and things like that, but I do get paid slightly more because I'm in a rural area. And I also get paid slightly more because I am in Gyeonggi. And I also get paid slightly more because I've been here for a year. So I don't get paid the base salary. I get paid just a little bit more than the base salary. Which has been nice, honestly, to get that extra money to I usually use it for the flight to go home because I like to visit home every year. So I visited home last year and I'm going to visit again in February. So I'm very excited for that. Or January, sorry, excited for that. And yeah, Seoul is amazing. Like literally, if you go to Seoul, you can pretty much speak English to almost anybody there. There's a variety of different restaurants, a variety of different types of people there, so you don't feel like you stand out as like a foreigner. And Seoul is just amazing. Obviously, it has its downs, as like it's very, very crowded and there's so many people, and people can be a little not nice there, or the smell is bad, but overall, like the convenience of Seoul is so amazing. And so that is why I do want to announce that I am going to be attempting to move to Seoul. So I'm very sad. I signed my renewal contract with my school and I told them that I was not renewing. I have put in an application for Epic Seoul 2025. I've had a few friends that have gotten into Seoul that have like transferred to Seoul from Gyeonggi, and they said it was pretty easy as long as you get your documents in really, really early. So I have all my documents in already. I've already applied. I got my documents in pretty early. Like even my coordinator was like, wow, you moved pretty fast, girl. And I was like, yeah, I've been ready for this. So I'm excited for this new journey. I really hope I get Epic Seoul. I will not get my result until maybe about a month or two from now. So I will keep you guys posted on whether I got into Seoul. And if I do get into Seoul, expect a lot of Seoul videos and me talking about moving to Seoul and about the transfer from province to province, because I feel like there's not a lot of videos out there on that. But yeah, if I move, and when I move to Seoul, it will be February. My last contract date here in Yangpyeong is February 28th. So I will probably be moving the following weekend, like March 1st or something. So I'm very excited, but also nervous because I'm very comfortable where I am right now. So to move somewhere new with a whole new school and whole new area and whole new everything is going to be a little tough for me. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm very scared, but I'm also excited because I want to live the life that I wanted to live originally coming to Korea. And I think it's time. I definitely think it's time. I'm starting to get like a little fed up with the area. The area is just very boring and just very mundane, and I hate traveling out here, like having to rush home and having to like be away from all my friends all the time. It's just not the best experience for me. So it's very hard decision I had to come to, but it's what's best for me. So I'm also very excited for the future. If I don't get into Epic Seoul, I will be applying for a Hagwon or a private school, because at the end of the day, I need a job. I don't want to leave Korea anytime soon, so I still need a job. So no matter what, I'm moving to Seoul. I'm moving to Seoul. Whether it will be an Epic or it will be a Hagwon, we don't know. Only the future can tell us, but I'm really hoping it's Epic because Epic is just so much easier. The job is easier. The job is lighter. I trust the government more than I trust a random business on the side of the street in Seoul. So I'm very excited for this journey. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that, yeah, I've been living in Korea for the past year and 3 months, and it's been an amazing journey. And I hope to have another amazing journey in Seoul as well. And I know that good things are coming my way. So if you have any questions about moving to Korea or living in Korea as a foreigner, or anything that you want me to make a video about concerning Korea, specifically K-pop in Korea, whatever you want to know, I'm definitely willing to make another video in the future and make more Korea videos, because I feel like I've been here for over a year and I feel like I just haven't made any videos because I've been too busy experiencing it, and I'm always busy every single weekend. Like, it's actually crazy. My life here has been insane. So yeah, and with that, I will see you next time. Bye bye, everyone.